What is going on, guys? You're tuned into the Monday Coffee Show. I'm James.
And I'm Travis.
And today we're going to be talking about 2017 and what's been happening so far.
It has been quite the half of the year. I really had to really think about that phrasing. Yes, we're about halfway through 2017 right now, and what is happening this year? Stuff.
I mean, in terms of the world in general, I think things are continuously regressing, unfortunately, but in terms of my own life, things have been going quite well. I've accomplished some things that I kind of have been bleeding years for it to happen. For those of you who don't know, I run a website called Vain Culture where I talk about like music and culture, things of that nature. And I got 2 interviews that were huge for me. One of which was Danaj, who is an amazing singer. He was really dope, really cool, and his management, who was his brother, was very, very like awesome to me and everything, and setting everything up and just hanging out afterwards and whatever. The other one was Christina Sayers, which some of you probably don't know, but she was in a girl group called Girlicious back in 2007. And that's one of my guilty pleasures musically. Everybody judges me, but I don't care. But yeah, like I got those interviews and they were pretty easy to get, and it's like building relationships with both of those people still to this day is kind of like weird, but in a good way, because it's like, oh, I'm talking to people that I've like admired, well, I wouldn't say admire, but that I respect musically, and that I didn't think I would like, have this kind of rapport, so to speak, with them, but it's happening, so. What about you?
It's been I don't know. It's been an interesting year. I started working at a different bike shop this year that I've really enjoyed working at so far. I was doing some bike courier work for a few months, and I had just recently stopped that because I was working 7 days a week, and that is not a sustainable lifestyle for me. It was really nice financially, but I need those weekends. It was very important. But it's been, it's been cool. I'm building up my first mountain bike right now, and I'm really excited to get that done. It's gonna look really good. I'm painting it, and I'm really excited to get out in the woods with it. Other things I've been having is like we've been doing this. This has been happening for over 6 months now. We have been consistently producing it. It's been kind of consistently growing, and we've been working on ways to do that. I got to do a really rad advertisement for a cool locally made cargo bike, and that video should be out now, unless something in the plan. The video's done, but it should be out now. If it is, it will have popped up over my head, right there. So like there's that going on. I'm trying very hard to get back into school, get some mental health care stuff in check, and that has been a fight. I've been doing a lot of fighting systems, which is just the best, which is fun. And I've also been making a lot of cool video stuff, which is nice for me because that's what I want to be doing as a career, and it's nice because more and more of the stuff that I'm doing with that is paid work, which is really, really exciting. I'm starting a podcast soon, which is really exciting, and that is going to be a mostly fiction podcast where my roommate Kevin and I create bad movies. That's the whole thing, is that we think we're geniuses. We're making good movies, and it turns out no, they're bad. Also, it's hard to come up with something that deliberately is a bad movie idea. in our wildest dreams we can be just like the producers and try our hardest to make something bad, and it turns out it's great, which would be really fun. You're working on a podcast.
It's going to be very, how do I describe? I guess if you're easily offended, it may not be for you, or if you're easily, I don't use the word triggered because I feel like it's overused now, but if you have certain views and you don't like people having an opinion against those views, then just don't listen. But if you're willing to have a discussion, like an educated discussion, not yelling and all the unnecessary stuff, then you'll enjoy it. It's mostly going to be just talking about various issues, but also I'll have a few like local artists on, but to talk about things instead of just talking about their music, like to actually give people a chance to get to know who they are outside of their career. Because I feel like one thing that I do typically do that I need to get away from is just focusing on the music aspect and not so much of them.
What's your next album like?
Yeah,
that's something we have to work on here too.
But I mean, I'm just looking forward to being a little less politically correct, because I've been trying to, but I'm just like, it's not me, so I'm just not going to try. I'm going to just say what I want to say in the least offensive way possible. However, if you are offended, then you're just offended, and life goes on.
I think going forward, things that I'm hoping to work on is I want to. I really want to work on more fiction style, like just like fiction video stuff, even if it's really small, because that's the kind of work that I want to be doing as a career. I think it's also like really challenging work that's going to help me grow more as someone who's producing things, because this is a nonfiction thing. The stuff that I've helped other people with, like the Bicycle Coalition podcast, Bike and Build is talking to me about a podcast that they're doing. That's mostly like nonfiction stuff, and it's really cool. Like this show is really fun. But I want to get that good fiction meat. So that's something I want to be doing this year. Even bigger than that, I need to get through this system trouble, and I want to get back into school this year, like before the fall, so that I can knock out the last couple semesters I have and finish my degree, because that is a key to getting into the world that I want to work in. They require that like degree thing.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt like at first I was having the same issue with like degrees, because when I was in college, my major was criminology because I wanted to do like criminal psychology and things like that. Then I was like, no. I mean, my professor straight up told me, like, if you're looking to make a good amount of money and you don't want to be a cop, don't do this major. And I was like, okay, well, thanks for telling me now. And but although it is more difficult to get an actual job without a degree, I'm kind of just like, all right, well, I'll just create my own business and my own LLC or whatever and just go from there. I'm also looking to do more writing, but less informative, more creative. So I'll be doing like I'm going to create a whole new website. It'll be some like short stories. Some will be just things that I made up. Some will be based off of personal experiences or using other people's experiences, but giving them aliases and things like that. But that's something I wanted to do for a while, and I feel like I am a very good creative writer, but I don't display that as much as my informative writing style. And I'm also looking to continue working on content for the Huffington Post, or HuffPost as it's called now. I started writing for them in March. I've only posted like 5 or 6 articles, but I'm just kind of trying to find exactly what I want to do and then just start doing it. I'm kind of in that limbo area right now. But by the end of the year, I feel like I'll have everything completely together and I'll just be on a consistent, steady path of creating content. So,
yeah. I mean, I plan on like continuing like steadily making stuff, and I'm hoping that I'm hoping to see a little bit more like financial feedback from that. We'll see how that goes. There's some very creative ways to do that. Part of it is doing commercial work. Like I've produced a couple of music videos, and some of like those bigger contracts that I get, I'm able to like in turn like hire and pay my friends. But in order for me to do that consistently enough, I would need to be doing like one of those music videos like a month. So like, hey, if you're trying to get a music video produced and you want to like give me a ring, I got a real easy email address. It's travis@travissouther.com. Just send me some stuff, send me your idea, send me your budget, and we'll talk about it. And I make good stuff. Ask my friends.
He does, and I'm not just saying that. He really does.
So there's that, and because I want to get work consistently enough, not just so that I can work on video and work on producing full time, but also so that I can hire my friends who are graphic designers or motion graphics or musicians or camera folks, and it would be really nice to kind of like build that. And I'm really, really excited because that has been happening more consistently, and I have been able to do that, which is good. I just need to like scale that up, or figure out a way to scale that up. Essentially, we'll see.
Another thing I'm looking forward to working on is myself. That's one of the reasons I stopped drinking. The main reasons for personal reasons, but then one of the reasons is because like I kind of realized that I wasn't just drinking socially. It became a thing of like, oh, I'm gonna have a drink, and then a drink turned to 5 drinks, and then 5 turned more. So it was like I needed to get it under control. But I'm becoming more self-aware of various things, and I feel like I just need to be a little less nice about some things, because a lot of times, like in social situations, I'm just like, okay, I'll just be nice. But now I'm just kind of like, that's going out the window. Like things were a lot easier when I just was like, you know what, if people take it a certain way, that's on them, I don't care. But for the most part, I am a nice person. It's just I don't have time for the BS, so to speak. So I mean, this year will be full of people realizing that, yeah, we're not friends anymore, so don't contact me. And I don't really give notice. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, we don't talk anymore, and I'm like, yeah, we don't. Let's keep it that way. Thank you. Still wish you the best, but let's just not talk.
I mean, some personal things that I need to do is I need to just get better at is follow through. I have a really bad habit of being like, I'm gonna do this thing, and then I really only do this thing, and that's part discipline, but it's also part like just being better at planning. That's something that I want to get better at. I have started to like really, really rely on digital calendars, which has been a vast improvement for me because it's so much better than trying to keep track of 4 calendars in your brain, because you end up with issues like forgetting about the baseball game you're supposed to go with your friends to until Wednesday beforehand, even though you've been planning it for 3 months. But just like getting better at stuff like that, and that I think will help the video growth thing, and also just like as part of that planning thing is just not taking on too much. I have a really bad habit of being like, yeah, I can do that, I can help you with that, and all that. Like, and while I'm very, very happy to help whoever I am helping, that tends to put a lot of stress on my life, and I need to learn when to say no, when I need to say no.
That's my thing too, because I've realized that since I started working like the music industry in Philly, whenever somebody asks for a favor, I'm just like, yeah, I got it. But now I'm just like, no. Because I mean, the thing I realized is that most of the people that I was, well, let me not say that. I'll just say that some people that I was doing favors for, although sometimes they didn't ask and I just did it to help out, they were more so focused on themselves and it's working for them, so I need to take that mindset and apply it to myself. So I just need to focus on myself, and if I can help somebody here and there, I will, but I'm not making anybody else a priority. So
but yeah, it's
something that's taken 3 years to learn since I've been in this, well, no, almost 4. I started doing this whole blogging and writing thing in 2013, so almost 4 years, and I'm finally realizing like, yeah, I need to just focus on myself.
One thing that I'm working, now that I'm not working 7 days a week, is I'm doing, I'm going to start doing more media reviews, because those were easily the most watched videos of mine on YouTube. It's SEO gold, working on things that, like, you know, commenting on or doing things around pop culture stuff. and so I'm gonna start doing that again. We talked about Netflix recently on the show. That I'm gonna take a look at a couple of like Netflix shows and like really like look at those. And probably not do like full breakdowns, but just kind of talk about like a little bit of what we touched on here of like how is this impacting our culture. Is kind of like generally the lens that I look at media through. So I'm really excited to like get working on that. And it's probably not going to be anything like elaborate. It's probably just going to be me talking to a camera, maybe with some clips on screen if I can capture it well enough. I've had issues before with like getting a good enough quality download that I don't make the show that I'm talking about. And I'm like, oh, this looks so good, and it doesn't because the capture is bad. That's bad advertising. I think this has been a really good year of growth so far. I think it's going to continue to be so. I think we've definitely seen that with this show as we have learned kind of like what, like, I think it took us like a good like 2 months to figure out like what are we doing? Like, how does this show work? What's a good way to get this to look or sound? We're trying to get more guests on because those are always really, really engaging. So it's gonna be good. It's been at the very least in what you see in this box, it has been a good year for us. There's some other stuff going on that, oh my god, it's outside of this box that it has been a good year for us, and I think it's going to continue to be so. And it would be nice to grow this and to grow ourselves. It's good. It's good stuff. So, if you have tips on like actually helpful tips that you know things about, please feel free to share those with us. We have a comment box. We've got an email address. We've got all the things. And then, as always, there's a little red button that we would like you to subscribe with, and also enjoy your coffee.